Hey everyone, it is Mary Z for VoiceHacks. I am doing another reaction today, and if you don't know me already, which a lot of you do, thank you so much for subscribing. I focus a lot on modern techniques, belting, harsh vocals. We're going to try to learn from today's reaction because my whole channel is not just about reacting and making weird faces. It's about giving you actual, tangible tips, explaining the reasons why people are going crazy for these vocalists. So hopefully you can apply those aspects and techniques to your own singing and or harsh vocals. Today we're talking about the legendary Floor Jansen. So why are Floor Jansen reactions so popular? Well, it's really because she's a fantastic vocalist, and there are aspects of the sound that give people that sort of hair standing on the back of the neck quality. Last time you saw me react to her, it was on the show Beste Sangers, and I even got a little choked up in my reaction. So the other question is, will she make me cry today? I actually know this song really well, so I doubt it. I actually did not know that song Winner. The performance we're going to watch of Floor doing Alone by the band Heart is actually being performed in her cover a half step higher than the original key. Half step is just the next nearest note. It's not a very far distance, and it's not going to make or break someone's vocal range. So we'll talk about the reasons. Why would a professional vocalist transpose something up instead of down? There are a lot of really good reasons, and we'll get into it at the end here. So let's see how she did it here. It's a little slower than the original. I'm liking this already.
I hear the ticking of the clock. I'm lying here, the room's pitch dark.
Love it.
I wonder where you are tonight. No answer on the telephone.
Very expressive.
And the night goes by so very slow. Ooh, I hope that it won't end though. Alone.
Here we go. It's about to drop.
Till now, I always got by on my own. I never really cared until I met you. And now it chills me to the bone. How do I get you alone? How do I get you alone?
All right. Okay, so we're going to pause it there because I want to point out some of the things, though, that are making people have their floor mania, why everybody's hair sort of stands up on the back of their neck when they listen to her, why we all get the goosebumps and the feels. She is a trained vocalist ever from a young age as well, and she used to give a lot of voice lessons. Actually, some of you guys watching this channel, if you followed Floor long enough, some of you have had voice lessons with her in the past, like way prior to Nightwish. Obviously, her popularity is just too big right now. She can't really deal with all the people who would want to take lessons. But one thing that has been really cool is she has been putting up masterclass videos as well, which is pretty amazing. So check those out because you'll get some singing tips from her. But the biggest thing, and when we go back to listen, I want you guys to concentrate on this and see if you notice it. But our biggest thing that we have with Floor is her resonance, sound wave resonance. It doesn't matter whether she's doing it in a belt or a mix. She lets it be very resonant. And this is called like letting the resonance do the work. It's where you hear this full like sparkle to the sound. That means all the sound waves are resonating really well and inside the face cavities, and we're hearing all of the harmonic overtones. It's actually not that easy to sing really, really resonant like that, and to also learn how that sounds and feels inside your own head. And I think this is a big thing where belters fail at this a lot, is to let the resonance do the work rather than straining the throat to achieve the volume, and we'll talk about that more. So listen to how the sound waves are resonating and how relaxed the throat is. Let's continue, y'all.
Don't know how long I have wanted to touch your lips and hold you tight. Oh, you don't know how long I've waited. I was going to tell you tonight.
So one thing I want to point out is in these verses, some of you that have taken lessons with me have learned this technique, which is where you sneak in vocal fry. I don't know. You know, like this. She's doing that a lot. This vocal fry thing that you use in softer verses and songs where like maybe, I don't know, that would be way too much, right? Where you can't really put like actual rock grit on it. So I tell folks a really good trick to add emotion and maybe distortion is to enter a phrase with vocal fry and or leave a phrase on vocal fry. I don't know. So we hear her using a lot of that to give a delicate and emotional feel to the verses. That's a nice low-hanging fruit, a little trick there.
But the secret is still my own, and my love for you is still unknown.
Let's see how this chorus goes. We can hear how high that run was in the middle there. And that's sort of a version and adaptation of the way that Ann Wilson did it in the original. If it was with guitar, I was going to assume that they just wanted to do it in standard tuning, because I think the whole reason the original is a half step lower is it's tuned overall a half step down. Correct me if I'm wrong, guitar players. In this case, it's not a guitar accompaniment, it's a piano accompaniment, so they didn't need to be in standard tuning for any reason. So I actually think it was the verses, the low parts. For a lot of sopranos, notes that get close to middle C or dip below middle C, even in our belt voice, are very difficult to hit. Going up a half step probably didn't really take it out of belt range for her, and she's so skilled that it was fine. But what I actually noticed too is there's a little more mixing on the top than I thought there would be, and we don't realize that there's a little bit, just a hair of a mix on the top there. So let's continue. Wow, phenomenal control there. Great resonance. I almost turned it off before the last piano there. So here's the thing. At the top there, we're getting some really high notes. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head what pitch it is. Sounds like Fs or F sharps or something, maybe even a G. I really would call it a type of a belt. I call it upper belting rather than mixing. When we let go and we do a pure mixed voice, it comes out a lot softer, I think. This is a technique at the top there at her end that I call the upper belting technique. And people in my lessons definitely know what I'm talking about. And this is this upper belt resonance. Actually, Ann Wilson is a person who's definitely known for using this. And it's where you're able to, again, maintain the epiglottal twang position of the belt, but let it appropriately resonate in the mask here as you go up higher. You can only carry this so far. I've found that the most people can carry their epiglottal twang if they're belting is about 2 to 2.5 octaves from their lowest note. I feel like sopranos, it's really only 2 octaves because the range starts just so far up on the piano that by the time you get to a G5, you really aren't going to be belting anymore. And so sopranos are really, really good at using this upper belt tone because it's used on pitches above A4, the A above middle C. If you can belt that high, if you're like a baritone, you really won't have many belt pitches above that note or anything. But if you're like tenor and up, you're going to be using the upper belt position. And this is how we hear this resonance. And we can hear there's no throat strain or muscle strain or tension sort of issues in here, and it's all really well supported. So if you want to have this type of a voice, you really need training, you guys. This is not magic. I mention this every single time I talk about Floor. She's been super inspiring to me, and she's putting out master classes now on YouTube for free, so you guys should definitely check them out because I think she would have a lot of really good tips about how to place the belting, how to get into that sort of resonance of the epiglottal twang there. This is a thing that you guys like a lot in the belters that you send me. Another really good example is Morissette Amon. You guys talk about her all the time, although I haven't really talked about her on this channel because this channel is dedicated more exclusively to rock and metal things. I have some really good belter tutorials on my page. I can belt my full range now, and I'm going to tell you what, when I first started, I was a classical singer, and I really couldn't do stuff like this, and now I can within my own vocal range. So I want you guys to check out my belter series playlist here on YouTube, even if you're just a clean belter. A lot of people know that my tutorials really specialize with grit and distortion and screams and all the cool stuff that we do, but actually I coach a lot of really formally trained people, opera singers and actors and all kinds of people to do the belting cleanly for musical theater and to perform in more of a modern rock and or pop style. So check out my belter series playlist because I think that could help a lot of you guys out. Thanks everybody. I hope that you've enjoyed today's reaction and learned a little bit from it. I'll see you all very soon. Comment with who you want me to react to next. And don't forget to email me at voicehacks@gmail.com if you are looking for lessons on Zoom. Thanks everybody. Bye.